it's Amanda, and I'm coming to you with a currently inked. Actually, let me move this out of the way. I don't need this cord here. This is actually going to be like a more manageable currently inked. However, I did some pen cleaning. Oh, I forgot to put this in here. I did some pen cleaning, and I had to ink some pens up, and I had some carryover from last month, and I just decided that I wanted to do like a true currently inked. So all of my currently inked pens fit in these 3 cases. It should be more manageable than the last time I did a full currently inked. I think I have maybe about half the pens. How many pens did I have last time? I had 9 pages, so 9 times 8, that's like 72? Is that right? 9 times 8? Yeah, 64 plus 8. 72, yeah. So I had 72 pens inked up, and then last month when I did my currently inked, it was just like a curated set. And I finished this one. Actually, I emptied this, and this, and this. So actually, the only ones that I'm carrying over from last month are the Hissy Fit and the Eco, the Southside Boysenberry, because I didn't use that as much as I thought I would, and the Ink Vent Deck the Halls. So I actually only have 3 from last month, but then I inked up some pens as I was going, and then I found some pens from here or that I had inked up afterwards, and yeah. So I have some freshly inked pens. I have some pens that have been here a while. I have the 3 carryover from last month. I actually haven't counted. I got to like a 16, and then I started finding pens when I was cleaning that I'm like, oh, I still want to use this ink. Let me keep that. And then I was like, well, then it's not part of the currently inked if it's part of the 16. So I have no idea how many. I just started keeping pens that I wanted to write with still. Either they're almost empty and I didn't, want to use the ink, or it was pens from previous 30 inks that I didn't get to finish or whatever. So yes, all of my pens. And these are, I have 2 Rickshaw cases and 1 Knock case, or technically I guess 2 sort of Knock cases. This is the original Knock Sinclair. This is in the unicorn Snot colorway. It's this beautiful, I think they call it spa blue pink, and then it has this bright neon green interior. And then I also have the Rickshaw pen case Model R Sinclair. This is the base violet black color. So if you order a violet black, this is what it looks like. I didn't do anything custom on it. It just is what it is. But this has like the soft minky material that Rickshaw is known for. And yeah, and then this has like the Dura whatever material. I almost got the Rickshaw version in this colorway, and then I decided that I wanted to see, I really wanted something purple and black from Rickshaw, so aside from this, so I got this, and I decided that if I needed another one, I would go back and get this color in the Rickshaw version. I like the pocket on the Rickshaw version. This one doesn't have a pocket on the front. I think this was a nice addition. And then, yeah, this is my pen koozie. I actually have a Rickshaw 6-pen hand roll in here. I also have a Franklin Kristoff sleeve. And then this was a bonus that I got with my purchase of the Sinclair. So I had this pen in a different Rickshaw pen sleeve and was like, oh, I want to use that right away. Because when I was ordering this, this was also an option that I was maybe going to get this in, this purple splat. But I decided I really wanted just like a basic plain one, so I'm gonna throw this in here. So yeah, so I have actually no idea how many pens I have. I stopped counting at 16, so yeah, let's see what we got. I'm gonna start with the Unicorn Snot case, just because it's right here. It's probably the least stuffed one, but it has some of the, well, it has some new and old pens. So yeah, so I'll take these out. Some of these are brand new and you haven't seen them here. Some of them you haven't seen in a while. Yeah, let's start with this one. It's not very exciting. Actually, we're going to move a little bit so it's a little more comfortable. This is the Platinum Prefont. This is the 03. I ended up getting these from Jet Pens, and I think they were doing like a sale where you got buy one get one free or something like that. So, or they came with others if you spent a certain, I don't remember what the deal was, but I've had these a while. I have this one and I have a green one, and I gave some away. Yeah, how do I do this? Okay, so this just came with this just has the platinum blue cartridge that's in it. I don't know if this is blue or blue black, because this looks darker than the regular blue cartridge. And this is the platinum. I forget what they call this one, what the color is, but this is the blue one. And this has the 03, which is a fine. And this has actually been, I've had this pen a really long time, and these platinum pens, the Preppies, the Prefont, the Plaisir, they all have that, well, even like 3776, they all have like that special slip and seal cap mechanism, and yeah, this pen started up right away. I think I have most of the cartridge left in it, maybe about half. Maybe about half. I can't tell. I actually can't tell. Maybe about half of the cartridge left. But yeah, this is, I wrote in my Hobonichi with this earlier, and it was like, oh, I'm like, oh, that's a good Hobonichi pen. So yeah, Platinum Prefont, and I forget what the color is. It's the dark blue one. Then I have my good old standby. This is the Twisbee Eco White. I have this in an extra fine nib, and this is permanently inked with Rohrer and Klingner Document Black. I have like used and abused this nib. I don't even think it writes like an extra fine anymore. It also looks thicker because it looks so much thicker than the 03. This is Twisbee. And the extra fine. I usually use this pen to write on my ink sample labels, although I couldn't find it the last few ink samples that I made. I pretty much just re-ink this pen. Every couple of fills I will give it, or if I don't remember the last time I cleaned it, I will give it a full cleaning and check the piston and all that stuff. This last refill that I did was just a refill, and then after I finish this fill I will give it the full cleaning and a maintenance because I can. Next up we have another Twisbee Eco. This is the Cement Gray, and I have this in a medium nib, and this has an ink that I refuse to take out of this pen because the rest I think I only have like a samples left of what this ink is, and can't get it anymore. So, at least in this formula / color. This is Birmingham Pen Company. Slag Gray. It has a longer name. It's like Homestead Steelwork Slag Gray. This is the original formula. This is a Twisbee Eco Cement. Are you excited about the new Twisbee that's coming out? It's an Eco Tea, which I'm not excited about, but the color is called Saffron, and it's a beautiful golden yellow, and I think I'm gonna get one. I only get Eco Teas if I really like the color, and I really like the color on that one. So I'm very excited to add it to my small collection of Twisbee yellow pens. I also have the transparent yellow and the original, like, opaque yellow that they came out with. And I think that will look nice with it. It'll also look nice with the two Eco Teas that I do have. I have the mint blue and the coral. And, yeah, I think I have the coral inked up, actually, so you'll see that later. The mint blue, I think, was one that I cleaned out. This is a pen that you see pretty often around here if you've been here a while. It's a Wingsong 3003. Actually, I've just cleaned and inked this, so hopefully this works. The ink, however, is, where is it? Ink is a sample. It's Waringle Faust. I ended up getting a bottle for a friend, and they told me to take a sample of it, so I did. I'm not intentionally keeping black inks or dark inks together. I'm just grabbing pens. So yeah, this is Waringle. I've actually done a swatching video, but I need to edit it. When I was uploading videos to my computer to edit, I uploaded the Van Diemen's video and not the swatching video, so that's okay. The Van Diemen's video was older. I think it's part of the William Shakespeare collection, this ink. No, it's not. That doesn't make any sense. But anyway, Waringle Faust. This is a Wingsong 3003. This is I'm calling it an EF-ish nib because I've used and abused this as well. This is my friendo pen. It's the first fountain pen gift I ever received from my bestie, the Countess, over at Creepy Nibs. Speaking of, their last swatching video features inks that you will one day see here because when I placed the order, it somehow defaulted to their address. And they're going to have to mail it to me. I told them they could keep it if they wanted to, and I could just, like, reorder, but they're like, no, I'll send them to you. So one of these days, I will get Hawaii and North Dakota, and I'll be able to swatch them. Okay, next up, another Twisbee Eco. This is the Eco Glow Green. My piston was not, unscrewed a little bit, and this is Robert Oster, my favorite ink, Robert Oster Sydney Lavender. I almost emptied this out so I could put it with a matching ink or just let it sit for a little while, and then I was like, wait, no, I'm almost out of Sydney Lavender, so I don't want to waste it. Twisbee Eco Glow Green. This is a medium. I love the shading. It's like a grayish purple. It's so pretty. I don't know if you can hear that noise. I think the neighbor behind me is doing something in their backyard. Sounds like somebody's running a generator or something. I don't know. So pretty. Next up, I have the Bennu Euphoria. This is vodka on the rocks. I'm so sad. I stayed up way too late and I slept through the Gourmet Pens update of her version. I forget what it's called, like Unicorn, Pink Unicorn or something like that. I love that pen and I missed out on it and I'm so sad. She did have notifications, like email notifications signed up, so I'm hoping they do another run of them because if they do, I'm totally buying it. It's so pretty. yeah, I also really want the bourbon, and I also really want caviar, but I haven't done that. This was a gift from a friend. They had it, weren't using it, and sent it to me. I think we were doing a swap of some kind. I don't remember if it was pen or ink or whatever, but they didn't want it and offered to send it to me, so it lives here now. The ink we have in it is Van Diemen's Snowy Mountain Sunset. I also have this ink in another pen. I just couldn't bring myself to clean it. I wanted to write with it, and then I remembered that I had the broad nib, but I was like, okay, whatever. So I think that's in one of my other cases. This is the Bennu Euphoria. I'm just gonna write vodka, and this is a broad nib. This is such a good nib. I've loved every ink I've put in this pen. Including this one, but I think I used this in a video just to see. I put it in this in a finer, I think it was a fine nib, not an extra fine. I could be wrong, maybe it was an extra fine. I don't remember. Because I wanted to see what it would look like. So pretty. I like how this is unintentionally, like, looking awesome. Like, I planned it that way, and I didn't. I'm scared now. What do I use next? I'm gonna go ahead and use this. This is the Pelican M205 Moonstone. I'm very excited about the rose quartz. The ink is kind of, I think that I saw the swatch of the ink on Instagram, I think, or Reddit, or wherever. I actually saw it in a Discord. Yeah, I think the rose quartz ink in this pen will look really pretty. And I think the Moonstone ink, and I'm wondering if the rose quartz is going to be a sparkle, or if it'll just be like a solid sneak peek like these. I'm very excited. I'm very excited about the pen. I'm more excited about the pen, I think, than the ink. Like the possibility of what the pen can be. The ink in here is Colorverse Office Series Blue Black. And this is the Pelican. I love how bouncy this nib is. I don't know why the steel nibs are so much bouncier than the gold nibs, but they are, and I just love them. Like, look at the line variation you get out of that. It's so cool. I'm not even, like, pushing very hard. I'm getting some railroading. I think the ink's, well, the ink's not, like, really wet, or really dry, but it feels kind of dry compared to some things. There we go. Last one for this page. What do I have in here? Which one is going to look the best? I don't know, but we're going to pick this one. This is another Pelican M205. This is Sailor Yurameku. I don't know why I dotted the U. Seki. M205 Olive. Is it olive or olivine? I think it's olivine because that's the ink. This is an extra fine. Sorry, that last one wasn't in frame. I'm also doing this in one take. I'm not splitting it up like I did the last giant currently inked, so 20 minutes for the first 8 pens. Let's zoom out so you can see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep the next pages as cohesive. That Faust is so interesting. That sheen is so cool. Love it. Love it. Oh, that's way too zoomed in. There we go. 2, 4, 5. Okay, so I have 5 pens left from this case. I don't know what to start with. They're all so different. Okay, I'm going to start with this one. This is another Sailor ink. Oh, this is a Franklin Kristoff Model 30N. Model 30N? What does that even mean? Model 31. This is in the antique glass, and I have a medium nib on it. I previously had a music nib on it, but honestly I wasn't using this pen with the music nib, so I took the music nib off and I put the medium nib back on. That's what it originally had. So also I just bought a couple Franklin Kristoff nibs because I have so my Walltown, I think I showed this in another video. My Walltown, not the Onsel, the Catsburg, is that the one that I have? Either way, the peacock plume shifty thing I was cleaning out the pen and noticed this crack in the feed. So I contacted them and asked if they either had a replacement nib or if they had a housing for me or knew where I could get one, and they suggested that I email the guy that was handling that when they had all the problems. So I still have to email him, but I have another pen that had the same issue and I can't find the nib, so I don't know if they'll give me a new housing for it, but I bought a couple Franklin Kristoff nibs because I found out they'll fit in the pen that I need them for. Yeah, so I got a new Franklin Kristoff nib that I'm going to put on another maker pen that I have, and yeah, that's a long story long. I just ordered them and they just shipped, and I'm very excited about it, so I'll be able to use my other pen again. Okay, I think I got a broad, and I got one of their steel fine flexes. This ink is a Sailor. I think this is a Monyo. Hinoki. And the pen is a Franklin Kristoff. I have a medium nib. Also, I'm super mad. I ordered the new Lamy All-Stars, and on Saturday my package said it was delivered at 9:30 in the morning, and I was like, wow, the mail's here super early. So I went out front to check the mail. There was no mail, no package. Like, literally immediately as soon as it showed up. Like, I was at the door minutes later and it was nowhere to be found. And then we got mail 2 hours later. So I know they didn't just like come by and drop off the package at my house. They scanned it and delivered it somewhere else, and now it's missing. And so I contacted the post office, and I'm waiting for them to do like an inquiry. And then I'm going to have to probably, I've never had to do this, but I'm going to have to take advantage of the priority mail shipping insurance. And then I have to go find the stupid pens again. Like, I ordered an ink sample and I ordered both of the pens. And now I'm going to have to do that again. And I'm hoping that this writes, because I had problems getting it started. This is the Shown Design. I believe it's the Pocket 6. Casey can correct me. She gave this to me in, I think it's like olive and gold. It's gorgeous. It's definitely a Casey colored pen, and it makes me think of her every time. And this has a broad nib on it. And in it is a cartridge of Diamine. Safari. This may be a little watery because I stuck the nib in water to get it going. And this is a pocket shown. I'm sure that I spelled that wrong. I don't know how they spell their company name. Shown design, and this is the pocket 6 gold. I think it's green and gold. This has a broad nib on it. It is a little watery, but I have like half the cartridge left. And this has been in here since my birthday. And this is like my birthday, not this past year, like it was the year before. So the seals on this pen is actually pretty good. I do have samples from Casey also from my birthday because I'm way behind to swatch. I feel like I need to like edit and upload all the videos I have in progress before I can let myself play with that, even though they were birthday presents. I need to dangle a carrot in front of my face. I've been too busy playing video games to edit videos, and sometimes streaming them on Twitch, and sometimes just playing with friends, and sometimes just taking a nap. It's been very busy lately, work and stuff at home, so I have taken every bit of solace of relaxation I can manage whenever I can get it. So I feel like the YouTube has suffered as a result, and I'm sorry about that because honestly, I love doing this. But when Rumi was home all the time, I couldn't record videos. I tried once, and it didn't go very well. I even was like, I'm going to be recording a video. Can you just please not? And then, no, he couldn't not. So, this is from 30 Inks, actually. This is Colorverse. Kuyangak? This ink was so interesting. This is the Lamy Studio Olive with a broad nib. I just couldn't, after 30 Inks was done, I just couldn't bring myself to empty it. It's such a weird shady red. I'm still intrigued by it. I kind of want a bottle, but also maybe I should just use my sample. Who knows? I don't know. I feel like I need to put together a wish list of all the things I want instead of just freaking buying stupid stuff I don't need. Posting it, maybe do a Google sheet so I can keep myself accountable. I could write one. I've never been good about keeping it in my planner. I mean, I guess I could put it in my pen weeks back in the notes pages, but I've never been good about updating it. Okay, the next two pens are brand new pens that you've never ever seen before. I don't think you've seen this one. This is the Cavaco All Sport. This is the Gold Spot exclusive Very Perry. This actually has an ink that you haven't seen yet because it's in that swatching video. I have a double broad nib on this. I'm very excited. This is my first time writing with this pen, so I'm excited, and this ink, to see what it is. So the ink is Teranishi Salon de Violet. Actually, I have the bottle right here. Salon de Violet. These boxes are so big. Teranishi. This is a gusher. This is the Cavaco. Very Perry. This is based on the color of the year, and I have a double broad nib on this. This is insane. Okay. I'm not convinced that I like the black clip on this, but I'm just been too lazy to take it off. I think the silver will look nicer, but also I don't mind the black. I like the shading on this ink. We're getting some nice shading in the scribble. that isn't just like hand oils. So nice. I really need to get that video up, but I think this video is going to go first because I'm currently inked. And next up, I have the Jinhao, is it the Jinhao 80? It's the Diamine Safari wannabe, or I'm sorry, Diamine 2000 wannabe. I got it in the cream because I'm intrigued by colors of Diamine 2000s. I really want a purple one, although if they release one, it'll be too much and I won't be able to afford it. But yeah, I just thought the cream or the ivory was interesting. This has like a Lamy style nib sort of. I believe you can swap these nibs out for Lamy nibs. I've never written with it. I just cleaned it out and inked it up. I've never actually used this ink either. This ink is also a new ink from our last ink flight in January. This is that Flapjack Octopus Orange. I was intrigued and wanted to get it into a pen, so here we are. This is Andrillium. Flapjack, Octopus, Orange, and this is a Jinhao, I think it's the 80 question mark, and this has a fine nib on it. This ink gushes. I'm glad I tried it in a fine nib because I don't think that it would. Also, this paper makes it spread out. But I don't know that I would like it in a bolder nib. 1 second. Okay, I was going to do this in one take, but the knock on the door in the last part of the video was my lunch arriving. So I took the break to eat lunch. But you won't notice anything different aside from probably the transition between videos. I'm excited to get to use this orange. It's a very juicy orange. Somebody asked if it was a dupe, potentially a dupe for Mont Blanc Lucky Orange, and no, it's definitely not. But it's nice, at least from what I can tell so far. So that's this pen case. Let's zoom back out. We've completed this pen case. I will move on to my next pen case. It's about behind me, which is the, we'll just do the other Rickshaw Model R, Rickshaw Sinclair Model R. And here I have all these pens. A couple more Pelicans. Ooh, I like the way these two look next to each other. One of my 823s, a bunch of Ecos, a Preppy. I think that's it. Do I have any small pens in here? Nope. Okay. Some of these are old. Like this. Actually, no, never mind. Actually, I think I looked up what was in this one. What is it? Did I not write it down? Oh, I think I did. Hold on. It's here. I had all these pens at work and on my lunch break I wrote stuff down. Okay, yes. Okay, hold on. Never mind. This isn't as old as I thought it was. My cheat sheet. I'll show you my cheat sheet when I'm done. This is my Twisbee Eco Pastel Pink. In the, this is the fine nib. Yeah, this is the fine nib. And in this one I have Inkybara Brown Gray. This is one of those like weird multicolored. It looks greenish, it looks gray, it looks brown. Pink, and this is a fine. I only have a sample of this ink. The bottles are currently unavailable from Van Ness. That's the only retailer that I know of that sells them, or at least that has it in stock regularly. Let me zoom in again. I know Rebecca Logan likes this one. This is also one I think the Countess would really enjoy. I can't remember if I sent her a sample of this or not, though. Okay, I'm gonna just grab another one. This is just a this is a Twisbee. This is not a Twisbee. This is a Platinum Preppy. This is one of the Preppy Was. This is the purple one. I thought it came with this matching color cartridge, so I was very shocked when I started writing with this and it was the platinum black cartridge. Had I known, I have another Preppy that I haven't opened yet. I would have stolen the ink cartridge out of it and put the purple one in. I forget what the color name is, but this is the, I'm going to say the purple one. That doesn't narrow it down. This is from the first set of Preppies. I'm going to do number 1. And this is the 03F, which is also a find. I realized I could fit more inks on a page if I didn't do all these scribbles, but I love the way this looks. And I'm still feeling it, so we're still doing it. Anybody can draw a square. Next up, I'll do, this is, actually, oh no, this is one that I need to clean. Alright, one last pen. How'd that make it into the, okay. Next up, we'll do another Twisbee Eco. This is the Twisbee Eco Black. I have a medium nib on this, and the ink in here is Colors Matter. This is the Twisbee. I should have put this one next to the brown pink. Because this is a warmer gray. This is 2/7/23. Currently inked. I don't like this ink on this paper. I mean, actually, now that it's drying, it's better, but sometimes it's too light, which is the reason I know Chris doesn't like it. It has really awesome shading, but the light bits are really light. So let's take a look at our first little spread. A lot of dark colors, lots of dark blues and dark grays and purples over here. And then we have a little bit more color on this side, but still pretty muted aside from that flapjack orange. I'm not really sure. It definitely spreads out on this paper, but it was really wet on the swatch cards also, and I love that Salon de Violet I like the shading you get in the scribble. That's really cool. Because it's not just like at the bottom, it's like actually as you go. Did we get any bleed through? No bleed through. Also, I should say this is Cosmo Air Light paper. This is a B6 notebook I got from Danica58 on Etsy. And I've done like 30 inks in here before. And currently inks and swatches and stuff like that. And it's a nice currently inked notebook. So I don't have that much left of it. So I figure I'll just finish it out and then figure out what to do for currently inks from there. Alright, next up we have the Pilot Custom 823 in Amber. I was actually just watching a video while I was eating from somebody. I'll link them up there in the cards. They just were unboxing one that they just got. And they actually have the broad as well, so we're pen twins. I didn't see what ink she put in it though. This, I don't know if she used the Pilot Blue or if she used something else. I stopped the video when I was done eating so I could come do this, so. Because I wanted to finish it. Because I'm streaming today, but after streaming I want to be able to edit this video and upload it. Also, I got some nice comments on the Van Diemen's video that I uploaded late last night. It took forever to upload, and I was just like, you know what? I was going to wait till this morning, and I was like, why? People can watch it. There's people all over the world. They can watch it if they want to. And then it turned out to be good things. I have comments that I need to respond to, but there were some very touching comments, so thank you. And also, you're welcome. This is Sailor, 50 States. Texas. This ink has permanently lived in this pen since I found the ink, which was shortly after I found the pen, so this is a broad nib. I have this pen in the fine and the medium as well, and then you'll actually see one of them later. Because it's in my other pen case. I like this one, but I like my favorite one is the one that you'll see later. Next up, I'll do another broad nib. This is my Pelican M205 Star Ruby. Also with a broad nib, and the ink that I have in here is Colorverse Shine Black. It's part of their project series. It's number 1. I love it. M205 Star. I just saw Karina, she did a video and she has her Pelican M605 and she put shimmer in it, and I was like, I would never put shimmer in a Pelican, but I put shimmer in here. So I guess I will put shimmer in a Pelican. I just didn't realize it. I would definitely never put it in a 605 though. I don't know why that makes a difference. Yeah. Actually, it's behaved pretty well. I haven't had, like, it just started up just fine right now. And I haven't used this pen in a while. I just saw that when I was cleaning pens, I was like, oh no, I don't want to clean that one out yet. I'm going to use what's left of it, the ink. And I have a fairly good bit of ink in here. Probably about half a fill. That won't last long with this juicy broad nib though. Alright, next up I might as well get the other Pelican out of the way. Do I remember what's in here? Did I write this one down? Oh yes, I did. This is Sailor 50 states. Alaska. This is inked up from when I did that 50 states coloring project, where I colored in the map of all the 50 states inks that I had. This has a medium nib on it. I really want to get the Appetite pen so I can compare how they look. This is lighter or darker and bluer, I think, and the other one is greener and lighter. I could be wrong. But I would like to compare them. The Appetite and the Golden Barrel are both on my wish list, but I think I'm focused on that, whatever the rose quartz ends up being. Unless they like totally screw it up, which I don't think that they will. I really, really, really want the rose quartz. I want the idea of the rose quartz. Like how it looks in my head is stunning. And I hope that's how it looks in person. If that makes any sense. Okay, next up another Twisbee Eco. This is the Twisbee Eco White Rose Gold. I almost emptied this pen. And then I was like, the ink is only a sample and I really haven't played with it as much as I wanted to. It's like basically a full fill. I was going to do like a pen ink twin situation with this. And I just couldn't bring myself to empty the pen. And I have made one exception to this rule, but I don't, once the ink goes in a pen, I don't empty it out and use it in a different pen for whatever reason. Like, I don't mind dipping my pen in bottles of ink, but I won't like use ink in a pen, clean it out, like dump it into a sample and save it for later. I just don't do that. This ink is Visconti Orchard and Blossom. I like how it looks one way going, like when it's wet, and then as it dries it kind of shifts. It's like a warmer purpley sort of color, like a knot purple, and then it dries to this like beautiful bluey purple, and I really enjoy it. It looks like orchids or like lilacs or something. It's freaking beautiful. What was I gonna say? Oh, I have made one exception to this rule, and you will see that exception in this currently inked, but I generally don't do that. Because I have enough sample vials that I just don't need to do it, but I still wanted to. I use this in a 30 inks, and November's 30 inks was basically me inking the pen, doing the video, and then not using the pen again. So some of them got dumped, and some of them are here today still. So yeah. This is a Twisbee Eco White. So you could see it looks different. I hope you can see anyway. Gold. This is a medium. Yeah, to my eye, it looks a lot different going down, like fresh out of the pen, than after it dries. It's very nice. I like it a lot. Are all these purples? Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, this one isn't purple, but yeah. So this is the Twisbee Eco Purple Glow. I love this pen. I love this pen so much. And I love this ink. The ink is Dominant Industries. Dominant Industry Sunset. Glow purple with a medium nib. So good. So good. Next up we have, I'm going to write this one in the middle so you can see a little better. This is that Van Diemen's Snowy Mountain. Actually, oh no, this is perfect. Okay, cool. I actually don't like it so much in this pen, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. Oh, no. Snowy Sunset. Twisbee. See, it's all like scratchy. I don't know if the shimmer is clogging it. I don't know. I don't like it in the extra fine. I think I've filled it in the extra fine to do like an experiment because I'd never done shimmer in an extra fine Twisbee before. And I wanted to try to experience it, and I'm just not enjoying it. Pastel blue with an extra fine. It looks a lot darker on camera than it does in person. Definitely looks more legible on screen than it does in person. We might be cleaning this one out. I don't know. And then last but not least, for this batch of pens, we have Ferris Wheel Press. Blushing Mushroom. This is a Twisbee Transparent Purple. With a medium nib. Prime the feed a little bit just to make it a little juicier. There we go. Is that it? Is that really it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Put these back. And last but most certainly not least, I have my koozie that is filled to the brim. There's so many pens in here. couple pens in cases, so we'll take those out. We'll do those first. This isn't even a fountain pen. This is another itty bitty pen. And then I have my pen roll, which I keep stuffed in here because it just folds over. Let me see if I can show you. It just folds over, so I keep it in here, and then I have pens in here. If I have it empty, then usually I end up keeping it in here anyway, like if I end up having my pens loose, and then I'll put the pens I need to clean in here. Take these out though so I can write with them. That's a short pen. That out of there. Cool. Okay. Okie dokie. I feel like I need to finish this off with like a light purple. Oh, I don't remember what this ink was. I don't think I wrote it in here though either. Because I think I did this before I got the pen. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Yeah, I might have to stop and go look and see what this one is. Okay. We'll start with this. Oh, let's zoom back. Zoom back down. Zoom back down. Sailor Pro Gear Storm Over the Ocean. This is still inked with a Sailor Mono Fuji. I haven't been using this pen very often. Because I thought it was put away, and I mean it was put away, and then I found it. I was like, oh wait, there's still like tons of ink in here. So Sailor Pro Gear Storm Over the Ocean. This is a medium. I really love writing with this pen. The Pro Gear size and the medium nib is just perfect. I have a Pro Gear with a medium fine that I don't like as much. And I have a Pro Gear with a broad nib that I don't like as much. But this medium nib is just perfect. It's always juicy. It just, I love it. I love it. Okay. Here's one of the, actually these are this, and let's see, what was it? This, that, no wait, that's the wrong, I'm looking at the wrong page. Okay, so this one, and okay, so I'm gonna do the three that are, oh yeah, duh. I'm gonna do the three that are returning, and then we will continue. Okay, I'm gonna start with the Twisbee Mini. This is the Twisbee Mini White Rose Gold, and I have this inked with Diamine Deck the Halls, which was from Inkvent last year. I expected to use this pen a lot more than I did, which is why it's in the lineup. I only used maybe a quarter of the ink because I was just so in love with the other pens that I had inked up. Like, I think I emptied 4 or 5 of the ones that didn't return. Like, actually, like, wrote dry emptied. And one of them, I was almost done with the fill, and I just decided to dump the ink and choose a different, I wanted to use a different ink. I've been watching YouTube videos, and this ink keeps popping up, and I wanted to put it in a pen. And I thought it would look great in the Lamy 2000, so that's the pen that I put it in. And then I have this Walltown Lumley. This is my first Walltown pen. This is not the one with the cracked nib and feed, or cracked housing. This is inked with Birmingham Pen Company. South Side Market, Boysenberry. This is a medium. It's like one of the juiciest medium nibs ever. I love it. This pen is so comfortable to hold. The sections are just really, it's a really, like, I don't know, it's just really comfortable. I'm a really big fan of these Walltown Craftworks pens. And they're super nice to work with. Like, when I had to email them about the housing, they were just like they replied really promptly and gave me the info, and they were super awesome. So I cannot say enough nice things. And then this one, I think I'm gonna do, I have some Valentine's cards to send out, and I think I'm gonna use this pen to do it because I just really want to use this ink, and I haven't taken the time to do that. No, this is Van Ness. Hissy Fit. And this is the Twisbee Eco Cerulean Blue. I think they just call it Cerulean. That's broad nib. I will say the most tedious thing about the swatches is this scribbly bit right here. Although I love the way it looks. It makes it more final and you see more of the ink. I think it needs the finisher after the little cross hatches. Next up, my other Walltown pen. This is the Onslow in the violet abalone, and the purple is called Wicked. And this is still inked with Colorverse and Goulet Pens collab. And that's Witch by Starlight. I think the Waringle Macbeth or actually Deck the Halls may be a better match for this pen because the purple's really nice, and then the rose gold shimmer. This is a little blue to like be a perfect match. This is another medium nib. really like their medium nibs. They're tuned really nicely. I actually wanted to put a different ink in here, like a more purpley ink, but I was still interested in finishing out this fill. So, and I think there's still quite a bit left in here. Yeah, I've got a ton of ink in here, so. I better get to writing. Okay, since we are in February, which is Valentine's Day, I've got my Diamine Safari. This is the strawberry. I have a broad nib on mine, and the ink is Dominant Industries. Dominant Industry Romania Red. I love this red so much. It doesn't match the pen very well. The pen's kind of a warmer red, but I don't know. I just wanted a red pen with the red ink in it. So there we go. Here's another one. Hopefully this one writes. I actually just cleaned this one out and installed a new cartridge. This is the Cavaco Lilliput in the Fire Blue. I have an extra fine nib on it, but it actually writes more like a fine. Actually, I have Cavaco fines that are thinner lines than this extra fine. This is the Cavaco. So I have a blue cartridge in here, but it looks like there's still residue from the ruby red. Slash oil blue. I cleaned this out and it was clear, so I'm not sure where the red is coming from, but take a little bit. It'll turn purple for a while and then it'll turn blue. This is the Fire Blue, and I have an extra fine. Will we see the color shift real time? I don't know. Maybe not. That red is very strong. Okay, well, I guess I just have residual ruby red until which time it decides to switch to the blue. Because it is a blue cartridge that's in here. And I unscrewed the nib and the water ran clear. And the paper towel was clear, so I don't know where this leftover red is coming from. Oh well, that's fine. Another that I have kind of inked up for Valentine's Day is a nice pink. It's my Twisbee Eco pink with a Diamine Cerise. Nice bright hot pink, kind of like a gel pen pink. It's a medium nib. like Cerise more than Hope Pink. This is like bright still and in your face, but it feels more manageable somehow. I don't know if that makes any sense. This is more gel pen. Hope Pink is more highlighter to me. And yeah, okay, last for this page is my Sailor LeCool. This is the rose quartz. This was a gift. I can't remember if it was a trade or if it was a gift, to be honest, but I got it from a friend. And this is inked with Pilot. Hana Ikata, which is one of the newer Pilot Orochizukus that were recently released. And this comes with a steel medium fine nib. There. Here's our latest spread. I'm gonna have just over 5 pages of inks. So it's the last time I did a full on currently inked, it was 9 pages, and I think we're gonna be at 5 and part of the second one, part of the 6th. I love how this page looks with all the gradient, with the sort of gradient purple. Gorgeous. Okay. Another Twisbee Eco. This is inked with Diamine Deep Dark Brown. Turquoise with a medium nib. I love brown and turquoise together, so okay, next up, I'm going to do another weird sort of ink. This is my Pelican M400 white tortoiseshell. I have a medium nib on it. And this is going to have an interesting ink. Lots of people were really excited about this one when we got it in the ink flight, and I finally got it in a pen. So we have Krishna inks Cassia Flora. It's one of their newer inks, and it's like this yellowy greeny sort of color, but then it has like color shifts into like this red color, like reddy orange. Oh, it's so pretty. I have a medium nib on here. It's like wherever it shades is wherever it shades the darkest is like where it turns red. I'm excited to get to use this. Although I think I would have liked it better in a finer nib, perhaps. We'll see. Here's another kind of weird one. I should have done this one before that one. This is my Pelican, another Pelican, M605. This is the white transparent, and the ink that I have in here is Ferris wheel press. Oyster Hour. If you were here earlier when I said that I don't like to empty pens into a sample vial and then put it in a new ink, this was the switch that I did. I had this in a Twisbee Eco with the stub, and I really did enjoy writing with that pen. I have to be in the mood to write with the stub nib, and I am not feeling it right now, so I put it in this pen. Because I had basically a full Twisbee fill, and I was like, I can't get rid of that much ink. Like, I only have a sample. Bottles are somewhat hard to find, although it feels like people are restocking now. But I was like, no. And I have a medium nib on this one also. And I think that I will write with this a lot more than I will with the stub nib. Like I said, I have to be in the mood for a stub nib. And the Twisbee Eco is the one I write with the best, but I can't force it if I'm not in the mood for it. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? I guess I'll do this one next. We have the Pilot Custom 823. This is in the smoke finish. This is the medium nib. This is the 823 that is my favorite. I love this medium nib. And this ink choice, I was going to put it in my white rose gold because I was really inspired to use this ink by The Joy of Pens and Paper, because she uses this ink all the time. And I'm like, I have that ink. It's so stunning. It's so pretty. I got to use it. And yeah, I decided to use it. So the ink is Birmingham Pen Company, Pennsylvania. Fieldstone. I love it. It looks gray out of the pen, but as it dries, it turns into like this greeny, pinky color. It's like, it's just bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre. Although this is looking pretty gray. I'm not sure what's happening there. Oh wait, no, it's not Pennsylvania Fieldstone. No, that's my other pen. Never mind. This is not that. This is, I'm so stupid. This is a Jayarbon. Okay. Jayarbon, or Jacques Arbon, I guess. Gris de Wool. I'm so stupid. Pilot. Well, I do have this inked in a pen. We'll do that one next. Oh, I really wanted that to be next to Oyster Hour. That's okay. My bad. Pilot Custom 823 medium. I previously had Color vs. Matter in this pen, and I really liked it, but I wanted to switch it out. So I switched it to my favorite. I went from my best friend's favorite gray to my favorite gray. I love this pen so much. It writes so nicely. It's perfect. The fine's a little too fine. The broad's a little too broad, but the medium is perfect. If you are on the fence about which nib size to get on these custom 823s, I highly, highly, highly recommend the medium. It's not too broad. It's not too fine. Unless you really like fine nibs, but the fine on the these Pilot pens, the fine is just it's really fine. I can't believe I like spaced on the ink that I was so excited about it. Okay, the Pennsylvania Fieldstone is in my Lamy 2000. Hello. BPC. Pennsylvania Fieldstone. There we go. There's her like weird pinky, like greeny pink. Lamy 2000, and this is the medium nib. I had such a good time writing with Sea Holly in this pen that I wanted to try this ink in this pen. That's why and that coupled with the fact that I didn't want to empty the rose gold Twisbee, the white rose gold, so I could match what Erin's doing is why it's in this pen. I just thought it would look stunning in this pen, and I am correct. I think it looks gorgeous. I think all inks look gorgeous in this pen, though. This is, like I said, I've said before, you may be new here, but I mention this anytime I use my Lamy 2000. It's the only pen I've ever got mad at myself for getting, like, as late as I did. Not, let me restart. It's the only pen I've been so mad at myself for waiting so long to get. I just kept overlooking it because it's just like, it's not fancy. There's other flashier colored pens. 75 like Ecos come out in a month, and I just, yeah, and I finally bit the bullet and got this pen, and it's honestly one of my favorites. If I were leaving from a burning building, this is one of them that I would grab. And I was going to show you what it looks like next to that Jinhao. Because I thought that might be interesting. But here's what it looks like. I purposely didn't get the black on the Jinhao because I wanted to be able to compare it. Now it looks on screen like this is hanging off the page, but it is right at the, they're both right at the page line. I feel like this like bows out a little bit more than this does. This is almost a little straight, like a little more straight in my opinion. But yeah, but once you open it, completely different pen, like completely different pen. And that's another reason I got the cream one instead of the black one, because if I accidentally pulled this one out and it wasn't this one, I'd be so mad. So I purposely got one because I wanted to try it, but I wanted it to be obvious that it wasn't what it is. Like a Pennsylvania Fieldstone. It's so pretty. I'm so excited to use this. Okay, next up is another. It wasn't inspired by her, but it is a pen she uses often, and I ordered it the day like her video about it went up. And it is the, hold on, let's readjust and zoom in. It is the Pilot's Fermo, and now that I've shown it off, I can peel the stupid sticker off. I have it in the medium nib. This is a retractable, another capless pen basically, except you twist it instead of click it. I just realized I don't have any vanishing points inked up, but I think I have one here. I do. This is one of the ones that I need to clean out in my clean pile. So here's a comparison. This is a nice size. I haven't compared it to the Decimo. It's either about the same size as the Decimo or a little bit bigger. It doesn't feel as thin as the Decimo feels, but it's definitely a less girthy pen than the Vanishing Point. Let's look at it from without the clip. And I love the twist mechanism. If you don't turn it up all the way, it turns itself back like immediately. Like there's no partial twistage. You have to get it all the way out or it's not gonna stay. So I really like that. I really like that a lot. I have been enjoying this pen so much. But yeah, let's go ahead and write this real fast. This is Pilot Konpeki. This is not my favorite Pilot Iroshizuku ink. I know a lot of people love it. I actually particularly don't, but it's been in my ink shelf for a while and I just wanted to use it. I wanted to like familiarize myself with it again, and I've really been loving it in this pen. And I think I said it, but it's the Pilot Fermo, and I have it in the dark blue with a medium nib. I went back and forth about whether to get a medium or a fine, and like a stub nib, I have to be in the mood for the Pilot Fine, because the Pilot Fine is just way too fine for me. So I took my chance on the medium. The medium's usually broader than I like, but it hasn't been an issue in this pen. And I've been using this pen at work very often, and I just love it. I just really have been enjoying it. Yeah, I've been really enjoying that pen. I got it off Amazon for I think less than, I don't remember how much I paid for it. I just bought it not that long ago. But less than like whatever regular price is. Okay, another Pilot. This is my Pilot Custom 74. Blue. And I have a medium nib on this one. I haven't used this pen in a very long time, and Simone's been using her Pilot Custom 74, and I was like, I need to pull that out and try it again. Because I remember when I was using it at work, I didn't really like writing. I didn't like writing with it at work, but we were writing on like sticker labels, and it just didn't, it always hard started, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to pull it out and try it again, and yeah, I'm loving it a lot. Gerabon Bleu Nuit. My French is not great, but I always flip-flop the ink in the pen. That's okay. But I haven't had any hard start issues or like messed up downstrokes. It's just been really lovely to use. This ink is really nice. And yeah, I have been enjoying it. I have 3 pens left. I have 3 pens left. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do the last 3 on, we're going to have like a larger section down here, but I only have 4 lines and I didn't want it to be cramped at the bottom. So we'll flip-flop over here. Here I have another Sailor. This is a Sailor Pro Gear Slim. Zoom out a little bit. This is a Sailor Pro Gear Slim. This is the Pillow Talk Winter Sky or something like that. Yeah. And I have from November's 30 inks. This is still inked with, I have a medium nib on here. Oh no, I have a broad nib on here. This is inked with Pannonia. I think it's actually, I had to go, I took a quick break a second ago and went to grab my book here because I know that I used it, Orgona Lilac. I know that I used it for that 30 inks. This looks darker than that. Interesting. It's interesting that this ink is darkened in this pen because on that Tomoe River paper it's very, very light. Stunning. Next up is another pen you have not seen on this channel. I got it on Black Friday. Not Black Friday. Fountain Pen Day. This is, I never remember the name of this, but this is the Franklin Kristoff 46. This is the collab with Gourmet Pens. Is it Lake of Sapphire or something? Sapphire Lake, I don't remember what it is, but Stars of Sapphire Lake. Wait, did I write it down? I did. Stars on Sapphire Lakes. So this is, the ink is Fairfield Press. Spadina Rose. This is from an upcoming swatch video. Actually, the next swatch video that I will post will be this Fairfield Press one. I have some Fairfield Press and some Wearing Goals. And I think, I can't remember what else. The pen is the Franklin Kristoff. That was Gourmet Pens. I'm going to just say 46, and it's Stars. Stars on Lakes. The longest pen name in history, and I have a medium nib on this one. And of the Fairfield pressed inks that I swatched the other day, this was probably my favorite one. I only have a sample of it because it was a charger set. It was actually somebody in the comments recommended that I try it out, and I ended up getting a charger set and then never getting around to swatching it. So finally swatched it in this video. That will be up sometime after this one. But this color is so pretty. And then I'm going to put this back in here because I'm keeping it in here to keep it safe. This is a Franklin Kristoff pen pouch. It's the pouch it came in. And then, last but most certainly not least, my baby of a pen. The Visconti Homo Sapiens Midnight in Florence. I finally cleaned it out and inked it with a new ink. And it is all fresh and ready to go. I have cleaned out my Bronze Age. I'm giving it a rest. It's been permanently inked since I got it. And I've cleaned it, I've given it a good bath, a good cleaning, and I'm just letting it have a break. But this one, I had ideas for this one, and I finally been able to fulfill it. So this ink is Scribo, Naturno, Viola. It's this beautiful dark purple, and it just looks so pretty in this pen. And I have a medium nib. I should open this up a little bit. It's get drying a little. It's funny because when I got to the end of my original 16 pens, I was like, I don't have many blues. I don't have many, like, well, I mean, I always have, like, purples, but it was, like, not dark purples, and, like, the blues were just different blues, and it was just all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, eh. So pretty. I don't know what I'm going to do for the thumbnail. I can't do all of it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, so currently inked. So we have 8, 16, 24, 32, 42 pens inked up right now, which is much less than the 72 I had inked up last time. And I had 72 pens inked up plus 30 more from 30 ink, so I have decreased my inked up pens significantly. Yeah, but I'm excited to write with all of these. I'm going to be set for a while. I'm not sure what March's currently inked is going to look like. I don't know if I will get sick of some of these, or hopefully I'll empty some of them finally. Yeah, I know I have a lot of Twisbees, but at least hopefully I'll get to use some of them that haven't been used. Let's take another look at our spreads here. So yeah, so we have this dark page. I love this page, how this looks. And then we have this with a little more color, but still a lot of like meh. And then I love how this sort of ombre into what it was. Although this makes Fuji look a lot like bluer, perhaps. And then we have the purples and the pinks, some reds. This boggles my mind, to be honest, because I cleaned it out really well and everything was clear, so I don't know how that happened, but cool. And then some of the murky sort of colors. Konpeki looks really nice on this paper. I'm honestly surprised how much I've been enjoying Konpeki in that Firmo. I don't know if I'm going to re-ink it with that color, but I have really enjoyed writing with it. It's not my favorite blue ever. It is a little more like, I mean, it's soda pop blue without all the sheen and like intense shading. But yeah, it's been really nice. So yeah. Okay. Awesome. That is my currently inked. I hope you enjoyed it. This is all of the pens that I have currently inked. All the fountain pens anyway. Yeah. It was fun to do one of these and not have it be 70 pages. Although I think this is probably going to be like an hour and a half or so maybe. Which is about half the time as my last one. So if you've been wanting a really long currently inked, you're in luck. We just got one. So yeah, let me know. Do you have any of these inked in your pens? Any of these inks? Do you have any of these pens? Are you excited? What are you excited about this month? Have you like inked something recently that you're super excited about? Let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Okay, so I said that this showed us some like, it's like switches to like sort of ready looking stuff, and it doesn't look like that at all on this Cosmo Air Light paper. But here's some, okay, here, I'll show you. Here's my stupid piece of paper. I wrote this out at work on my lunch break, and I did like a little scribble and just wrote it all out, because a couple of them, and I had to check what the inks were, and these check marks mean I've put them all in my currently inked for a fountain pen companion. By the way, fountain pen companion, don't look at the leaderboards, I'm on some of them. Like very high up on some of them. It's embarrassing. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, here's that Krishna Cassia Flora. Like it looks in the darker bits, it kind of looks reddish. Like it still looks like that yellowy green, but it looks reddish. Oh, here's Madder and that Inkybara brown gray. I don't know if it looks different. It kind of looks more brown, but yeah. I like it. And here's, I didn't do all of them on the Tomoe River paper. This is like the first, like this right here. These through here were like the top 16 that I was going to use. And then I kept finding other ones, and I'm like, oh, I want that, and oh, I want that, and oh, I want that. And oh, what's in that one? I don't want to get rid of that one yet, so yeah, so there we go. Currently inked. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I will see you again very soon with that swatching video. It's Ferris Wheel Press inks. And I don't think I wrote anything. I don't think I did. Oh, actually, I can show you a preview if you want to. Here. I haven't labeled any of them, but here's a preview of what's to come. Also that, like, ink swatch video from, like, August that I've been teasing. I keep mentioning it every once in a while. But I'm missing the part where I shared the swatch cards, like, all together. And I can't find that part of the video on my phone. So I don't know if I'm looking in the right spot. I thought I did it in August. But the files on my computer, I ended up having to delete a bunch of stuff to save space, and I think I deleted them off my computer. Should still be on my phone, but I have so many videos on my phone, I need to clean my phone off, actually, is what I need to do. But yeah, here is a sneak preview of what's to come. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you are having a great year so far, a great February. I hope that you are just having a wonderful time in your life, and I will see you again very soon. Take care. Love you. Bye. Quick addendum from when I wrote this. I wrote this on the 7th, and today is now the 10th. I found a pen in my bag the other day when I was at work that I didn't have on my list, and I wanted to update this so I could update my list. This is the Faber-Castell Hexo in the matte black. I purchased this pen because Creepy Nibs made me do it. And, yeah. In this pen, I have... Sorry for the sniffles. I've tried to record this like 4 times and I keep sneezing in the middle of it. The ink is Sailor, Manyo, Chigaya, and this is the Faber-Castell Hexo in matte black. I also have this in the rose gold with a broad nib. This is a fine nib. And yeah. It writes lovely. I have the grip with a medium nib. I have the Hexo with the broad nib. And then I have this Hexo with the fine nib. And all the Faber-Castell nibs that I have are delightful. So, I think the Hexo and the grip use similar nibs. I think it's the same nib on both of those pens. And I can very highly recommend all 3. Well, 2, since it's 2 different models. So there we go. This is my full currently inked. I have 43 pens inked. And, yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for watching. I'm actually going to upload this now. Take care. Love you. Bye.